Hello, I'm Mario Juves, principal of Oakland Bay Junior High School. I'd like to welcome you to our second community forum about OBJH and the work that we're doing to prepare for all of our Timberwolves to return back to our school. At this time, I'd like to let you know all the people that we have with us tonight. We have Marianne Marshall, who is our Executive Director of K-12 programs. We have Jenny Lafreniere, who is our Director of Special Services. And we have our amazing Assistant Principal, Rachel Rozzi, who's here with us as well. So I would like to say that I will also be translating to Spanish. Please allow me a moment to let our Spanish-speaking families know that they will hear from me in Spanish shortly. Buenas noches y bienvenido al segundo foro de comunidad de Oakland Bay Junior High School. Nos da un placer tenerlos a ustedes aquí con nosotros y nos da una oportunidad buenísima para dejarles saber el progreso que estamos haciendo para darle la bienvenida a los Timberwolves. Les quiero dejar saber que tenemos con nosotros esta noche Marianne Marshall, que es la directora ejecutiva de los programas de educación de grado kinder hasta el último año. Tenemos a Jenny Lafreniere, que es la directora de programas especiales. Y finalmente tenemos a Rachel Rozzi, que es nuestra maravillosa subdirectora aquí en Oakland Bay Junior High School. Voy a continuar en inglés con una descripción de lo que vamos a hacer hoy. Después empezaré a hablar en español de nuevo. I will continue now with the introduction of what we're going to be doing tonight before we get to questions. I do want to remind our audience that I will be taking a moment to translate into Spanish. For this evening's broadcast, we will be answering questions that you provide us on the YouTube live chat. We also want to remind you that at any point, whether it be on this chat or any time, we are available to answer your questions. We are available to be of service to you. At this time, I'd like to go ahead and show you, if I may, some contact information so that you know who to contact if needed. So it'll give me one quick moment, please, as I give permission to Zoom to allow the sharing of my screen. Thank you for the moment. En este momento voy a darles la información sobre quiénes son las personas que ustedes se pueden poner en contacto. Nosotros estamos aquí disponibles en esta presentación para recibir sus preguntas en español por la plataforma YouTube. Responderemos en español e en inglés a las preguntas presentadas en español. Además de este foro, usted tiene la oportunidad de mandarnos preguntas cuando usted quiera. En un momento voy a proyectar por la pantalla y ustedes deben poder verlo por Facebook, la pantalla de mi computadora con información clave de cómo ponerse en contacto con nosotros. Empezaré en inglés y después regresaré a español. So at this time, I'm going to go ahead and project it. If 1 second, please, because I'm trying to text solve here. And what we're going to do is I'm going to go over with you in English, and then I will transition to Spanish to finish the explanation. Thank you. So, as I said before, I'm Mario Juves, the principal of Oakland Bay Junior High School. You can reach me at my email address, which is mjuves@sheltonschools.org. My number is 360-426-7991, and my extension is 15010. You can also reach Rachel Rozzi, who's our amazing assistant principal. Her email address is rtorazzi@sheltonschools.org. She can also be reached at the school number 360-426-7991, extension 15011. And we've also provided the contact information for 3 more people that you might wish to make contact with. We have Miss Stacy Adams, who is our counselor for 7th grade. Her email address is there, as well as the school number, but her extension is 15013. Megan Smith is our amazing counselor working with our 8th graders. Her email is there for you as well. You can dial the school number and we will connect you through her extension at 15014. Now, if you don't have time to write this down, don't worry. This video will be on YouTube after the recording. And if you like, just reach out to Rachel or myself and we will provide you with the information. Now I'll say it in Spanish. Aquí tienen la información con quien ustedes se pueden poner en contacto si tienen preguntas o necesitan ayuda. Primero soy yo, el director, Mario Juves. Usted puede mandarme un mensaje por correo electrónico a mjubes@sheltonschools.org. De nuevo, si usted necesita ponerse en contacto con cualquier otra persona, quizás la subdirectora, Rachel Rozzi, o una de las consejeras maravillosas, Stacey Adams o Megan Smith, por favor envíenme a mí su mensaje y yo se lo puedo dar a ellas, ya que hablo español. De nuevo, ustedes pueden comunicarse conmigo en español, no hay problema. Ahora, si usted no tiene el momento ahora para escribir esta información, no se preocupe. Este video está grabado y va a mantenerse en la página YouTube de Oakland Bay Junior High School después de que grabemos este foro. Pero también mándeme un mensaje electrónico y yo le envío la información. Muchas gracias. Thank you. So I want to talk a little bit about some things that we've been doing here at Oakland Bay to get ready for the arrival of our returning and new Timberwolves. So one of the things that we have been doing here is really looking at how do we make the best possible learning environment and the best possible learning schedule for our students. And we have made quite a bit of progress. Now, we're not completely done. I'm going to tell you that right now. And the reason is because we want to make sure that we are essentially thinking of all possible situations that may cause complications. Even so, we know that there will still be issues. And again, we want you to reach out to us if you have those. But one of the things I do want to share with you is our commitment to ensuring that your learner, your Timberwolf, is able to be connected with an adult, that they are able to greet them at the beginning of the school day and also check in with them at the end of the school day. So one of the things that we're going to be doing during our Stage A scheduling is we're going to be building in time before school starts and time at the end of the school day where your Timberwolf will meet with their advisor. And the goal here is not only to build good relationships, but it's also to help students be able to provide us with information on how we can better support them. Now, we got a little bit more details about this coming up, but we're going to save that for our next forum. At our next forum, our goal is to take you through the life of a virtual Timberwolf while they are in Stage A learning. We will show you, project on our screen, a copy of what their day will look like, and we will walk you through that. So we're really excited about that. We think you're going to be very happy with what we've come up with. And as always, we are going to be fine-tuning because we know that our best work can always be a little bit better. We always strive to improve. So with that, I want to remind you or let you know again that our final OBJH Community Forum will be Thursday, October 27th from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. Just as I did with this forum, I will send you an email. I will also send a robocall reminder and a text message. We will be taking questions as well through the YouTube live chat in English and in Spanish. And as always, we are available via email with any questions or any ways we can help you. Please stand by while I translate this into Spanish.
Was that August 27th?
Queremos que sepan que estamos trabajando muy intensamente para crear el mejor horario posible para sus alumnos durante el periodo que estén aprendiendo de larga distancia en su tiempo de aprendizaje virtual. Estamos casi terminados con el horario, pero queremos asegurar que hemos hecho todo lo posible para asegurar el mejor ambiente de aprender para sus alumnos durante su tiempo donde su aprendizaje es virtual. En el próximo foro de comunidad vamos a presentar el horario y también vamos a dar una presentación de cómo sería un día típico para el Timberwolf en su aprendizaje virtual. Ahora, creemos que cuando ustedes vean lo que hemos creado, que van a ser muy felices, pero también sabemos que como todas cosas hay que continuar a evaluar y a recibir más información. Queremos que sepan que estamos aquí para escuchar y pedimos que nuestra comunidad continúe a apoyarnos y darnos las preguntas y consejos que ellos crean que puedan ayudar a mejorar el ambiente de aprendizaje. Una cosa que quiero que ustedes sepan es que lo que vamos a hacer con el horario virtual donde estén aprendiendo totalmente en casa, es vamos a añadir 2 puntos, 2 periodos donde su alumno pueda tener contacto con su consejero o consejera. Uno sería al principio del día, antes de comenzar sus clases, y el próximo sería al final. Y el propósito aquí es que queremos que el alumno tenga ese adulto, ese punto de contacto antes de empezar las clases y a finales de las clases, para que podamos mejor apoyar, ayudar, y si hay problemas o asuntos en que necesiten ayuda, planear para implementar esa ayuda. Entonces, el resto de este foro básicamente son sus preguntas y para nosotros poder responder y continuar nuestra conversación hacia el comienzo del año académico. So the rest of this forum, we're dedicating to your questions so we can answer your questions and continue to build our pathway towards the beginning of what I know is going to be a very good school year. Do we have any questions right now on YouTube, Ms. Torazi?
We have someone wanting to thank you. Muchas gracias. If you could probably read the rest of it.
Okay, let me go ahead. So one of the things we're doing here, folks, so we are adjusting. So we're going to ask for your grace and patience. So in order for me to be able to not look at so many screens, I actually am broadcasting on my phone the YouTube feed. So what I'm trying to do is I'm going to now realize that, fun fact, it's not coming up.
No worries.
So I'm going to try it again, and unfortunately, it is not showing up again.
A las personas de habla español.
Can you go ahead? So we're going to have Ms. Tarasi try to help me here because we're having a little technical difficulty.
There's a word I don't know.
That's okay. That's okay. Try your best.
Okay, I'm modeling for our students.
You are, because you know what? We're going to have things like this, and we're going to work through it. So while you're doing that, I'm going to do my best to pull it up on this screen. Okay.
Muchas gracias por la traducción a las personas de habla español. ¿Sí?
Gracias. ¿Is that it?
Sí.
Pues I will respond in Spanish first. Pues muchas gracias a usted. Como le dije en inglés, estamos teniendo unos problemas tecnológicos. Yo intentaba ver la programación por mi teléfono, pero desafortunadamente mi teléfono está cooperando, así que estoy tratando de ver si puedo ver la transmisión por otra pantalla. Entonces, muchas gracias por el complemento y queremos que sepa que estamos aquí para ayudar. Y esto es un buen ejemplo de a veces la tecnología no funciona, pero no significa que no podemos cumplir algo. So what I just said in Spanish was the fact that, you know, this is a good example how technology may not always work out, but it doesn't mean that we can't accomplish what we're here to do. So thank you so much for that. Okay, so it's not popping up. So we're gonna when questions come up in Spanish, we're gonna work through it. Okay.
And then
do we have any other questions in Spanish?
Just Mr. Jubez, if we could clarify, our last community forum would be August 27th?
August 27th from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. Did I say October by accident?
Maybe.
Really? Interesting. That's happened 2 or 3 times. So who knows? Who knows? You know what? I do like Halloween. I will say that. I do like Halloween. I'm going to clarify in Spanish real quick. Disculpen, pero aparentemente dije quizás que el próximo foro sería el 27 de octubre. Disculpen. Es el 27 de agosto. Entonces, gracias. Well, thank you for that. I guess I don't have to carve the pumpkin yet, right? No? Okay. Do we have any other questions? Okay, so then let's talk about a few things that are still going on with our school. So, Mr. Rozzi, I don't know about you, but I want a yearbook.
I do too.
You know what? And normally you can't get them. You really can't get them this time. Usually they're gone.
Right, this time of year.
But guess what? You can get them still. We can get them still. Do you want to know how?
Yeah, how do I do that?
I don't know. Can I trust you?
Yes.
So here's how you can do it. If you want to purchase a yearbook from last year and you haven't had a chance to do that yet, what you can do is they're $25 and it says check or cash. I will have to check the cash part out because I think there might be some adjustments to that with everything right now, but I will look into that for you. But you can call the office to schedule a time to purchase and pick up your yearbook. So if there's any Timberwolves out there who are like, you know what, I really wanted a yearbook, but I thought that my chance was gone. It's not. They're $25. Call the office. We will make an appointment to where you can meet up with us outside the building, obviously, and we will take care of that for you. So, Mr. Rozzi, I will tell you that I think we will allow you to be in the building if you want to buy yours.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You are quite welcome. You are quite welcome. I'm not quite sure about Ms. Lafreniere, but we'll decide later. So another thing too is that there are some people who haven't picked up their yearbook, and that's understandable, right? Because it was a rather quick closing of school. Yeah.
But they still want it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they do. I mean, yeah. I mean, I would want it, you know, because I just kind of took a look at it. It's actually a pretty cool yearbook. Really, we're going to be in it next year.
Uh-oh, what will I wear?
I don't know. Should we dye our hair blue, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll think
School
about it.
School colors.
That would be interesting. That would be interesting. But here's the deal. If you have not picked up your yearbook, call the office, because what we're going to do is we're going to make an appointment to get it to you. Okay. So again, if you had a yearbook, you paid for it, but you never got it, we understand. It was a very challenging close to the school year. It took us all, well, I mean, it shocked everybody, right? But we want you to know that we still have it, and we're still able to give it to you. Please reach out to the office. Our number again is 360-426-7991. So reach out to us and we'll make an appointment and get it to you. All right. Do we have any questions so far?
We don't.
That's okay. That's okay. Because you know what? We may not have questions, but you know what we do have? Lockers. We have lockers.
Yes.
We got lockers. We got lockers. They're empty now, but guess what? When school closed, not so empty. Not so empty.
Oh, what happened to all the stuff that was left?
It is a good thing you asked that, because I actually asked somebody, so where are all the things that people had whenever, you know, the world, you know, not the world, but the school shut down, right? What about people's shoes? What about people's belongings? You know, what did the school do? So we have an amazing custodial team and a team of people who went through and basically collected the things in the lockers and put them into bags and containers so that people could pick them up, right? Because we want to make sure that people get their things back. And again, it goes back to the fact that, I mean, it wasn't like it was scheduled. No one really knew that was going to happen. But you know, now we're in a better place. We know more about things. And one thing that we know is that belongings belong with their people. So if you have belongings that you have not picked up, please contact the office again, 360-426-7991. And we will make an appointment to get that back to you. And if you'll excuse me for one quick second, I'm going to go into Spanish and just kind of give the synopsis of what we just did. Brevemente quería comentar que si por casualidad ustedes dejaron ropa o cosas personales en sus casilleros antes del final del año, porque obviamente cuando terminó sin notificación, ¿verdad? Queremos que sepan que sus cosas del casillero las hemos sacado y puestos en bolsas y ustedes pueden venir y recogerlas cuando quieran. Lo que pedimos es que llamen a la oficina al 360-426-7991. Una recomendación es, si usted prefiere hablar en español, por favor, cuando lo contesten, solamente dile Mario, por favor. Y ellos saben que va a mi buzón de voz y yo lo oigo y le puedo ayudar. Y pronto, nuestra representante de la comunidad, María Velázquez, regresará y ella podrá también asistir. I just told the families that if they want to make an appointment to pick up their belongings, that they can call our number. And you know what? Maybe they don't want to speak in English. Maybe they want to talk to someone in Spanish. So what I told them was to just say my name, Mario, please. And then that way the office staff knows they're going to transfer it to my inbox, and then I'll listen to it, and then we'll hook it up, right? But then the other thing too is that you haven't met Maria yet, have you? She's awesome. So Maria is our paratech that works with our EL families, and she will be coming back on board very soon. So she'll be there to also reconnect with the families and be able to provide their supports. Okay.
Can't wait to meet her.
She's awesome. I'm going to say one more thing in Spanish, and I'll be back and we'll check for questions. Okay.
Okay.
Otra cosa que quería comentar era el hecho de que si usted quiere comprar un libro anuario, el libro con las fotos de los alumnos y también con recuerdos fotográficos del año académico y de la vida extracurricular, todavía tenemos copias y se pueden comprar por $25. Si tienes interés en hacer eso, por favor llame a la oficina 360-426-7991. De nuevo, si usted no quiere hablar en español, si no quiere hablar en inglés, por favor, dile Mario, please, Mario, por favor, y te van a trasladar a mi buzón de voz y yo le llamo tan pronto posible. O si María ya está con nosotros, ella te llama tan pronto posible. ¿Ok? Gracias. So, Mr. Rozzi, I actually need to tell you something, and I think the community forum is a good time to do that.
Okay, please tell me. And then I have a question for you.
Oh, you have a question? Let's go with the question first.
Okay, so I have a parent who they're asking about school lunches.
Good.
She was wondering if the student needs to be present to pick up breakfast and lunch. The parent is trying to figure out the morning schedule.
Okay, so I'm assuming that this is for when we go to stage B, which is our hybrid. Oh, no, my apologies. No, during stage A, we're in virtual, which means that, some of our students, they do eat with us, and we have some great food here. So I believe the question is, does the student have to come with the parent to pick up the food? That is actually a really good question. I do not know the answer right now. I will open it up to see if any of our guests do, but they may, I'm not going to speak for them. We'll just see. Ms. Marshall, do you know the answer to that? Oh, mute.
Okay. So about school lunches?
Yeah. So during the virtual learning, we got people who eat with us and they want to continue to be able to do that. So the parent is asking, hey, does my kid have to come with me to get their lunch? Can I just add one thing? Oh, go ahead.
So what we know according to the rules with food is that, yes, they would have to actually come, but let's check in with Brenda Trogstad and follow back around with this question so we have a correct answer. But according to the state rules and regulations, yes.
So I'm assuming, thank you, Ms. Marshall. Thank you very much. Ms. Marshall, real quick, I just want to make sure that we're correct about this too. So it's not every school that's going to be offering the food, correct? There are only 3 sites, and they're going to be, if I'm correct, Shelton High School, Bordeaux, and is it Mountain View or Olympic? One of the two.
I believe it's Mountain View.
Okay, and you know what?
Posted to the district website.
Okay, and you know what? I think one thing we should do, Ms. Rozzi, I'm going to go ahead and ask that we do this in the next day or two, is we can post it on our Facebook page as well, so that we can share that through that venue as well. Okay, thank you, Ms. Marshall.
You're welcome.
So I don't know if that parent left I'm probably not, there probably is no contact because it's the YouTube chat. But if you want to email Ms. Rozzi or myself and you have additional questions, we're happy to further help you with that. Okay. Are there any other questions right now? Okay, so I've got something interesting to tell you, Ms. Rozzi.
Oh, I can't wait.
You know that we've got some amazing teachers here.
Yes, we do.
And let me tell you something. This is some hard work. We're all doing hard work. And like I said before, we're trying to make we're making the best virtual experience possible for our students, while at the same time really hoping for the day when they're back with us. And with that comes a lot of out of the box thinking, right? And with that comes a lot of grace and understanding. And we've seen some of that tonight, right? We had a little bit of technical issues, but you know what? We keep on going. Do you know that I had a teacher call me this past week and said, hey, let's get together and talk, because I think what we can do is we can find a way to do a simultaneous broadcast in Spanish for the forum. Yeah. So what he proposes is, so for example, for the third forum, have the broadcast going on, but then those who wish to get the information and translation in Spanish, and hopefully maybe one day in other languages, would be able to view us, but then hear us in a different language, one would they feel more comfortable engaging with. So that is something I am meeting with. And I gotta tell you, this wasn't something that you or I sent out. This is teachers reaching out. They're like, you know, hey, I got this idea. Hey, I got this idea. Let's do this. Let's do that. Let's do this. So I gotta tell you honestly, I think we're gonna have some really good stuff happening here because of that. And I think that, yeah.
That is exciting.
Yeah. And I'm hoping that we can get that going for next community forum, but please do know that we are committed to that. I'm going to say that one in Spanish because I want to make sure people can hear that, okay? So, entonces, para que ustedes sepan, lo que estaba comentando era el hecho de que aquí tenemos unos maestros fenomenales. Bueno, además de maestros, toda la comunidad que apoya a nuestros alumnos es fenomenal. Pero obviamente sabemos que para las personas que quieran oír el mensaje en español, se hace un poco más difícil a causa de las restricciones tecnológicas. Pero quiero que ustedes sepan que hay un maestro en particular que me llamó por teléfono y me dijo, mira, yo quiero trabajar en un plan para que podamos tener una emisión en español para que las familias que quieran escuchar español puedan escucharlo en español. Entonces, vernos por la pantalla, pero escuchar el mensaje y las conversaciones en español. Entonces, estoy muy afortunado de poder trabajar con este maestro fenomenal. Y él es uno de los muchos que tenemos que están creando ideas fuera de los pirámides, ¿sí? de los límites normales que uno tiene. Entonces, ya que sé eso, tengo mucha confianza en el hecho de que nosotros vamos y estamos haciendo lo mejor para sus alumnos. No solamente en este tiempo, pero cuando regresemos a tiempos normales. All right. Do we have any questions?
We do have a question about schedules. So when will students get their schedules?
What was the question?
When will students get their schedules?
That's a great question. So let me go ahead and give you some information. So we are going to be finalizing what the stage A schedule is going to look like this week. And again, like I said, the reason why we're taking a little bit of time is because really we're putting a lot of thought and care into this, and also because we are gathering information from what other schools are doing so that we can see what works and be able to not reinvent the wheel, shall we say. Next week at the community forum, what we will be presenting to you is basically what is a day in the life of. And what I mean by that is we're going to show you, I'm going to project onto the screen what the day will look like for our Timberwolves while we're in stage A. So stage A again is where we are learning completely virtually. The other schedule for what we'll use when we're in the hybrid model and we're back to normal, I can tell you now that we are populating those right now. But just so you know, for those two systems of learning, the hybrid and also the return to normal, we're going to be using the same hours, the same schedule format that we used last year. One of the things that we're trying to do is make sure that we're keeping things that are working in place as much as possible, because we don't want to have to cause any unnecessary change beyond what obviously we have to. So again, you will get to see the actual template for what the day in the life of our Timberwolves will look like next Thursday. At this time, I don't want to give you a set date for when we get those out to kids, but it will definitely be several days before school starts. I know we're getting close to it. I am going to ask that you guys give us a little bit of time, because we want to make sure we have everything good. We want to make sure that we're giving you the best product we have, and we know that we'll have to make some changes and some adjustments because everything can use improvement, but we want to give you the best final product we can. Okay. Other questions?
So I have a student who is asking, she wants to know if we will have Zoom calls this year, or is it only going to be online work?
So, okay, so let me answer what I can, and then I'm going to ask anybody else, including Mr. Rozzi, anybody else with additional information. I am happy to have people jump in on this, but here's what I understand. As far as the teaching goes, we're going to be using the K-12 curriculum, and my understanding is that we're going to be using the technologies they have to deliver our instruction. Now, I will say that this is for, my understanding is this is K through 8. I know that the high school, both Choice and Shelton High School, a little bit different, and Cedar High School as well. But for us in the K-8 programs, we're going to be using the K-12 curriculum and the platforms for instruction. Now, my understanding, and again, this is one of those where it's my understanding, and Miss Marshall or Miss Lafreniere will jump in and correct me if I'm wrong. But when we go to the hybrid model, we're going to be using the K-12 curriculum with our core subjects still. But obviously, when the kids are there, we're going to be engaging with the kids being there, and then we'll have things for them to do when they are at home doing their virtual components. And I'm assuming that I'm right. Or not.
So within the K-12 platform, there is something similar to Zoom. So there will be that interaction. If there is extra help that is needed, you may work with your classroom teacher to get a Zoom meeting set up, but we have that capability during class time on the K-12 platform.
It takes a village, folks. Thank you so much. Yes, thank you. Okay. Any other questions, Mr. Rozzi?
Not at this time.
Okay, well then, Mr. Rozzi, let me ask you a question. Do we want more Timberwolves? Can't hear you.
I'm muted. Of course we do. Of course we do.
And we know there are people out there who want to join the Timberwolf family. So what I want to do real quick is I kind of want to show on the screen what people can do if they want to enroll their students here at Oakland Bay Junior High and become part of the Bay family. Okay.
Oh.
So I'm going to once again make the effort or the attempt to technologically switch between this and my screen. And again, we're going to learn from trial and error. So let me see. I think, okay, let me do this real quick. Okay, so the screen went down, but I think we're good. And here we go. And can you see the district webpage? Yes? Okay, I'm gonna assume that's a yes. Okay, so when you go to the district webpage, sheltonschools.org, what you can do is, obviously you'll have the message, by the way. We do a really good job of posting information that you guys need to know. And then we, on our end at OBJH, try to do our best to get that onto our Facebook page. So for example, recently, we took the information that we found on the district webpage regarding the Chromebook checkouts, because one of the questions we had from last week was a student who's coming to us from Southside, one of their graduates who's coming to our school, and they still didn't have a Chromebook. So that was a question, and we got an answer. So we ended up taking it from the district website and posting it on our Facebook page as well. So if you're watching this and you're like, wow, I really want my kid to be a part of the Timberwolf Nation, which we want to welcome him here. Let me show you how you can do that. So you go to the Shelton School District website. You can come down here. So you have the picture, right? And if you come down here, you have a couple icons, meal service, and then you come here, it says online registration. So I'm going to click on this one. I think this is the one. And then it takes you to this form that people who wish to join us can fill out. And then you hit the submit button when you're done. Now, my understanding is, and again, my understanding is the way this works is that information is taken and then sent to our wonderful counselors. And then if the person who wants to join our community is a 7th grader, then they'll hear back from Ms. Adams. And if they're going to be an 8th grader, they will hear back from Ms. Smith. And if they do want to engage in Spanish, I will say that I believe, but again, Ms. Marshall, jump in if I'm incorrect about this, they can use this, but then it'll be sent to one of our support individuals who can then call the family to schedule a way of doing registration where they can speak in Spanish or mom or Conjabal or any of the languages that we need. Is that correct?
So you can fill this out and upload the documents that are required. If you're having issues with this program or not able to get all the documents uploaded, I would please suggest to contact your building's secretary, and those email addresses have been listed on the district website in that pop-up box. Or you can go specifically to the school website to make contact. But everything can be done on this if you have all of the correct documentation, like your shot records, your birth certificate, proof of residence.
Okay. So so thank you for that. So I'm going to translate the Spanish real quick so that our Spanish speakers know that information. So, entonces, lo que estamos comentando es el hecho de que si usted tiene un alumno o una alumna que quiere ser parte de nuestra comunidad de Timberwolves, usted puede ir a la página web del distrito. Un momento, por favor. Quiero enseñarles de nuevo cómo hacerlo. Entonces, si usted va a la página del distrito, que es esta, usted puede ir aquí abajo a donde dice Online Registration, hacerle clic a la imagen y te lleva a esta pantalla donde usted puede llenar su información y añadir los documentos que requiere, y ese sistema va a llevar la información a las escuelas para que un consejero o consejera pueda ayudarle. En nuestro caso son 2 consejeras, pero si usted está teniendo problemas con este sistema o prefiere comunicar con alguien, quizás alguien que le pueda ayudar en español, por favor póngase en contacto con nuestra escuela. El número es 360-426-7991 y alguien que habla español o el lengua que usted prefiera se pondrá en contacto para poder apoyar la matriculación de su alumno en nuestra escuela. Okay, got that. All right. Do we have any questions on the line?
Not at this time, Mr. Hubis.
Not at this time. Okay. Well, let's see, Mr. Rozzi. I gotta tell you. So I'm gonna tell you a little something. Today was a day where I will tell you that I got to see the best of our people. Because you know what? Things change quickly, don't they?
They do.
They do change quickly. But you know what? One of the things that we're learning is how to basically, again, I think outside that box, basically understand that just because the things aren't working perfectly, we can still make it work. And today was a great example of that. So I just want to let you know, because I haven't had a chance to chat with you today, that we got some amazing people in the office here. We have an amazing leadership team who honestly rocks. And I got to tell you, I'm like really excited. I really am excited about the launch of school this year. You know,
Nice.
I want our kids back here. Don't get me wrong. I want our kids back here, but you know what? Until we can have them back with us in person, I think they're going to be quite pleased with what we're going to be providing, not just as a school, but as a district as well.
Well, I think our families are missing seeing your face as you talk.
Are they really?
Well, we're looking at your lovely screensaver or desktop.
Oh, so I should probably stop, shouldn't I?
Maybe.
That would be a good idea, wouldn't it?
It's all good.
That's okay. All right. I just learned how to push another button, right?
Right?
Obey. But yeah, it's really amazing. I gotta tell you, like today, like every day here is amazing. Like you and I are both new to the school and the community. I gotta tell you, we're fortunate. We're fortunate to be here.
You know, you talk about the being excited about the start of the year and these teachers talking, you know, about their ideas, and I too have teachers. You know, we're trying to brainstorm ideas, and we're talking about how do we get students to still feel connected to each other? How do we get them to still feel connected to our family, our school unit? So lots of behind the scene right now planning and things for our students to feel that, not just, you know, yes, do their work, yes, walk them through and teach them, but it's bigger than that. We're, you know, you and I and our teachers know it's about the whole child. It's all of it. It's the whole package. So lots of great conversations happening and planning. So I can't wait.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, I mean, it's to me, I think one of the things that has most impressed me is just the amazing ideas that people have. And like one of the things, that I tell our faculty and staff, look, if you need something, give me a call. Our philosophy is we're here to support, we're here to be of service, and I appreciate the fact that they're taking me up on they're hearing my word, they're taking me at my word, and they've been calling. And I have a meeting tomorrow with one of our teachers who kind of leads with our MTSS. For those of you who don't know what MTSS is, it stands for multi-tiered systems of support. And it's basically the idea of, kids need help with academics. They need help with, how do you deal with, like, for example, if things don't go the way you plan, some of these emotional things that happen in society, we call it social emotional. And then, sometimes a little bit of behavioral support. So it's the idea of saying, hey, we got these 3 things that we gotta, that kids, need support with. And they need at different levels, right? Like there's some things that every kid needs, and then there's some things that maybe a smaller group of kids need more support with and more strategies with, and then we got some kids who really could benefit from us really being more close to them, contact the team. Part of that team of contact people who have contact with the kid, and basically really just coaching and supporting. Any questions so far?
Forgive me, I think I probably looked like I was distracted, but we have
No, you're fine.
We have a student who actually is curious about how he can get his yearbook from last year. So he'll be our 7th grader, but their yearbook hopefully at OMS for him. So
wow. So let me say this: I know their principal. All right. She is awesome. And I can tell you right now that I'm willing to bet that she probably has the exact same policy we do. That if you pay for the yearbook, it's there. And I bet you anything. I bet you a soda, but I don't drink sodas anymore. But I will tell you that if he calls or if she calls the school, or if they want mom or dad to call OMS, Olympic Middle School, I'm sure that they will probably have the same thing we have, to really get an appointment, and he or she can pick up the yearbook.
Do you know that phone number?
Yeah, I will in a second.
I can look it up
That's a
too.
good one. Okay. Are we going to race to see who can do quickest?
I think so.
All right, you're on.
Wait, what's the prize?
Let's
see. Coffee?
That'll work.
You buy coffee, I'll buy you a Snapple.
Yes, I will. Yes, because I do not drink coffee. Okay, I got it.
No! Oh.
Wait, no, that's the wrong. That's in Auburn.
No, I got it. No, I got it. 462-6671.
You won. Okay, say it again.
You owe me coffee. The phone number is 462-6671.
Okay, so 462-360-462-6671.
6671, yeah.
Sounds like a jingle. Like I bet you they can make a jingle out of that. All right, we'll work on that later. Any other questions from our chat?
Not at this time.
Okay, no worries. So we've got like a phenomenal group of people here working, and it's not, our teachers do a great job. Our counselors are amazing. Our office staff's amazing. You know who else is amazing? Is our custodians.
True. Yeah.
They have been really working hard, and then going above and beyond, right? I mean, even helping us with our procedures to make sure that we're keeping, safety and making sure we're adhering to the health guidelines, while at the same time being able to do the work we need to do to get things ready for our kids and for our families. So, I think that.
Yeah, we are so lucky to have the team we have. So I feel very fortunate.
And did you know, you know this already. I know you know this. They may not know this. We'll share with them. So one of the things I wanted to share now, I want to wait till this one to share it, is the fact that recently, now it was about I think 2 or 3 weeks ago, but recently, the U.S. Navy picked our district for a pilot program. And you know what that pilot program is?
Well, I do because we've talked about it, but please share with all.
All right, I will. So it's going to be airplanes, and we're going to put pilots in the air. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. So for those of you who don't know, we have an NJROTC program at Shelton High School. It's phenomenal. And one of the things that we had the opportunity to apply for, thanks to Commander Hood over at Shelton High School, the opportunity to be able to perhaps be a pilot school, to be a school to try something new, right? And what it is the idea of having eighth graders actually join the NJROTC classes and actually do NJROTC. And you know, this is a conversation that started last year. And what happened was well, Commander Hood and I spoke because we had to make sure that we had some certain agreements. But what happened was our superintendent, Dr. Apostle, who is phenomenal, was, you know, go team go. And we worked and we brought it to the school board, and the school board heard. And what they voted on was to say, you know what, if we support this, and we would support if the US Navy were to allow us to be a pilot area, a pilot district. And about 2 or 3 weeks ago, I believe it was 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, I'm sure someone will email me if I'm incorrect, that we got approved. So we've been doing, and we are still doing a lot of work with getting things ready for the virtual model. But one of the things that we're starting to work on as well is which eighth graders are we going to have part of the program? Now, we can't have too many. It's a pilot, right? So it's a maximum of 15. But I do want to let the community know that we will soon be looking at inquiring to see who might be interested in that. And we'll talk more about that later. And you know what? Maybe you know what? We'll take a page from the community forum, and maybe we host a Q&A on what that might be like. So I will actually, that's actually not a bad idea. I will bring that up with the team on that side of that program. So I want to share that with you guys. It is a maximum of 15. Stay tuned. So if you're listening to this and you're an eighth grader and you're like, wow, I really have an interest in the military. I really have an interest in learning about, you know, honor and respect and really seeing how that connects to what the Navy does. Stay tuned, and you'll hear more from us and from Shelton High School as to what opportunity, what that opportunity is going to look like. I can tell you now that I have a meeting tomorrow, and we're going to do a little bit of talking so that we can begin to make sure that we can do this while adhering to the safety guidelines that the health department has, and also our commitment to our kids to stay engaged with their core classes. Okay.
You're going to share that habla español?
Oh, yes, that's a good idea. I should probably do habla español, right? I'm going to habla español a second.
Sí.
So I'm going to go ahead and take a quick moment and say that in Spanish, please. Voy a hablar en español un momento. Acabo de anunciar que una cosa nueva y buena que tenemos aquí en el Distrito Escolar de Shelton es el hecho de que la Marina estadounidense ha elegido nuestro programa de NJROTC. Disculpen, no sé cómo decir, no sé cómo el acrónimo, cómo ponerlo en español, pero básicamente es un programa que enseña no solamente aspectos de la Marina y del código del militar de los Estados Unidos, pero también la oportunidad de los alumnos poder aprender sobre las calidades como o sea, no aprender de primera vez, pero continuar su aprendizaje sobre respeto, uniformidad, cosas así. Entonces, es una oportunidad buenísima. Está abierto para cualquier alumno en OBJH. Tenemos un límite de 15 alumnos. Y en mi mensaje lo que yo dije fue que estamos ahora en el proceso preliminario de organizar cómo eso va a ocurrir bajo las condiciones que tenemos ahora, donde nuestros alumnos empiezan en un modo de larga distancia virtual de aprendizaje, porque una cosa que queremos hacer también es honrar el hecho de que nuestros alumnos tienen que dedicarse a sus clases principales. Entonces, tendremos más información en muy pronto, pero quería anunciarlo ahora porque yo sé que hay alumnos que quizás tienen interés y si tienen interés, no se preocupen, ya pronto le daremos más información. Gracias. All right. We got about 9 minutes left. Do we have any questions?
We actually don't.
No questions so far? Okay.
Nope,
All
not
right.
this time.
Well, you know what? I will tell you this. I don't know about you, Mr. Rozzi, but I will tell you that I've received a lot of great questions from people in my inbox. So, you know, I know I appreciate it. You know, we only have a few tonight, and that's fine. You ask those questions here, ask those questions via email. It's up to you. But I've gotten a lot of questions. I know you have too, right?
Yeah.
So I appreciate the parents' engagement.
Right, and I feel that you know, sometimes the questions they're so great. Like, we also want to ask those questions of our district, and you know, to make sure that we have we're all on the same page. So you know, we really appreciate those questions. They're so helpful.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, and you know what? Sometimes some of these questions, I'm like, wow, that's actually a pretty cool idea. Let's look into that, right? I can tell you right now, there's one thing that I talked with someone about yesterday, because it was a student actually who wrote something. I'm like, wow, that's a really cool idea. Let's talk about that. So, you know, I mean, you contact us with, you know, if you got questions, if we can help you in any way, if you got some ideas, you're like, you know what, hey, you know, here's something interesting. What do you think? You know, let us know. We're here to listen. We're here to help. Okay. And are we still no questions? Okay. I'm going to speak in Spanish real quick to remind people that they can write their questions in Spanish. Un momento en español. Si usted está viendo esta emisión, quiero recordarles que usted puede teclar sus preguntas o comentarios en YouTube Live en español. De nuevo, estoy teniendo dificultad en poder ver desde mi lado las preguntas, pero la señora Rozzi tiene una pronunciación de español buena, entonces, pronunciación buena, y entonces vamos a poder darle una respuesta, le prometo. I just said you had great pronunciation. Your pronunciation is awesome.
I need some practice. I need help. So I would love to learn and get better. So.
Okay. Well, we got people here. We got a lot. We got faculty here. We got staff here. We got students here who are great Spanish speakers, and you know, maybe we should just ask all the kids to speak to you only in Spanish.
Right.
I'm gonna get in trouble for that one, Mr. Rozzi.
Yes, you actually are.
He's gonna take my Snapple tea and hide it from me.
No, I think you owe me 2 coffees.
I think I do. Do we have any other questions right now or no?
No, we're good.
Okay,
no questions.
That's fine. So let's go. We got about like 5.5 minutes. Let me just go ahead and just kind of recap what we talked about at the beginning to make sure that those who are joining us late are able to hear the information. Again, this will be recorded on YouTube. Feel free to access it at any time. And again, our next and our final community forum for OBJH will be Thursday, August 27th from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. And one of the things that I want to let you guys know as well is that we're looking at possibly doing a simulcast or an alternate broadcasting to where we can broadcast in Spanish. That was an idea that was presented to me by one of our phenomenal teachers here. We don't know if we'll be able to do it. We're going to do our best, but we are committed to creating great opportunities for individuals who wish to be part of these community forums to be able to do it in Spanish. I'm going to translate that real quick. Solamente quería tomar unos minutos para las personas que acaban de empezar a ver este foro. Quiero que sepan que también está grabado. Usted puede verlo por YouTube cuando le dé la gana. Quería también comentar que el próximo y final de agosto es este jueves 27 de agosto, desde las 5 hasta las 6 de la tarde. Entonces, de nuevo, como mencioné al principio, estamos trabajando para poder quizás tener una emisión a la misma vez que esta. Es decir, ustedes verán la cara y las personas, pero podrán oír y traducciones en español. Sabemos que hay ciertos límites en esta forma, aunque hablo español, sabemos que hay límites y estamos haciendo lo mejor posible para tratar de aliviar eso. Entonces, vamos a seguir tratando, vamos a hacerlo. Intentamos posiblemente ya para la próxima poder hacerlo, pero intentamos hacerlo. All right. So, Mr. Rozzi, I'm going to tell you right now that I will tell you this. I like these forums.
I do too.
My favorite thing about this, I know we don't have too many questions coming in, but I can tell you right now that I bet you, how many cups of coffee do I owe you now? I mean, I should probably just buy you like just, I don't know, do you need an espresso machine or something at this point? But I get emails, like after the last one, a lot of really good emails, good questions. And we know that, you know what, some people, they feel comfortable like putting questions on the YouTube chat, and some people don't. And you know, one of the things is last week we also did have like email, but here's what happened, Mr. Rozzi, and I felt really bad about this. There are some people who sent emails in before the broadcast started, and there were people who sent emails in like right after it ended. And you know, like one person, they were so kind. It took me 24 hours to get back to them. And I apologized, and the person was saying, "Hey, no worries, you know, like I figured that's what happened." But I wanted to make sure that if people need to email us, that they got an answer, that we were aware of it, because too many messages coming in from too many different forums was causing some issues.
Oh my goodness.
Oh no, what?
Are you ready?
I think so.
Oh.
Here we go. Oh, is it Spanish?
Sí.
Español? Oh, okay.
Sí.
Un momento. Voy a tratar. I'm going to try and look at it again I'm going to try. Voy a tratar mi teléfono. Un segundito, por favor. I'm going to try my phone one more time. I'm going to try and link on this. And I'm going to try this, folks, again. And if not, I will communicate in Spanish so that we will get back to them.
I can try to read it.
Okay. Go ahead.
I'm just apologizing for if I destroy any words.
Hold on. La señora Torazzi va a tratar de pronunciar la pregunta. Ella pide su disculpa si ella por casualidad no lo pronuncia correctamente. Como les dije, estoy teniendo problemas con mi teléfono en poder ver YouTube. All right, give it a shot and I'll try on my end as well.
Cuando vamos a recibir más información sobre los maestros de nuestros
maestros nuestros, is that what it says?
Sí, sí.
And is that the end of the question?
Maestros H. I forgot what H sounds like. Is H?
H is silent.
So it's H-I-J-O-S. Hijos.
H-I-J-O-S. Hijos.
Yeah.
Okay, that means
Hijos.
That means children.
Okay.
So, ¿cuándo vamos a tener información sobre los maestros de nuestros hijos? Is that what it is? Something like that? Okay.
Sí.
So the question means, when are we going to learn, when are we going to have information about our children's teachers? I'm going to answer in Spanish first and I'll come back in English. Gracias por la pregunta y gracias por entender que estamos teniendo dificultad con la tecnología. El horario final de sus alumnos para el aprendizaje virtual lo vamos a finalizar. No quiero dar una fecha exacta, lo que sí quiero prometer, dejarles saber es que lo vamos a tener hecho unos días antes del comienzo de clase. Estamos trabajando para asegurar que tenemos todo lo mejor posible antes de finalmente añadir a los alumnos en las clases. I'm going to translate to English now. So my answer was, thanks for the question. And I stated that we're going to get the kids their Schedule A classes. It'll be a few days before class starts. We know that, you know, it'd be great now, But what we really want to do is we want to make sure I'm just going to be honest, we want to make sure we have every possible glitch out of the system before we start populating kids into classes. It will not be the day of school when they get it. They will have a few days notice, but we are going to take a little bit more time than normal because we just want to make sure that we have the best possible plan, knowing that we might have to make adjustments depending on how things unfold, just like I did tonight with my phone. Any other questions or comments?
Not at this time. Again, I am so sorry for my.
Su pronunciación es fenomenal. Gracias. This is the end of our committee forum. Hopefully we can see you guys again on Thursday, August, right? 27th from 5 to 6 p.m. And again, we're going to try and do a broadcast in Spanish along with this one. We're hoping we can do that. As always, we're here to answer your questions. Please email us. We're looking forward to virtually seeing you, but more importantly, we're looking to the day when we actually get to see you live. Have a good evening.
Thank you. Good night. Are we still live?
We are. Hold on. And